KL Publications presents Love Works If You Work It by Ryan C. Sanders. It was a chilly morning in the suburbs of Dallas, and the Parker household was already bustling with activity. Terry Parker, a loving father of 4 energetic boys and a husband to his devoted wife, Ashley, packed his suitcase yet again. As a sales representative for a large manufacturing company, Terry's job required him to travel constantly. This time, he would be gone for 3 weeks, covering the Southwest region. Meanwhile, Ashley was left to manage the home, the kids, and the daily chaos of motherhood, much of which she navigated alone. Terry loved his family, but the strain of his career and the constant separations began to wear on their relationship. Although they shared a deep bond, the realities of modern marriage were starting to test their connection. Like many couples in 2024, they were grappling with the everyday challenges that impacted their relationship: financial pressures, parenting stresses, the demand of work, and maintaining intimacy. But both Terry and Ashley knew that love wasn't just a feeling. It was a decision that they both had made together, and that was the end of that. They would face 4 major issues together, drawing from their understanding of the 7 principles to make marriage work. Issue 1: the disconnect from physical separation. Terry's travel schedule was unpredictable and exhausting. The constant physical separation between him and Ashley had begun to weaken their emotional connection. When he returned home, he found it difficult to switch out of work mode, while Ashley, who had been managing the house alone for weeks, desperately needed a partner's help and presence. One evening, after Terry returned from a trip, they sat down on the couch. It had been a long day for both of them, and the tension in the air was palpable. Ashley sighed. "I just feel like we're living separate lives. You're gone all the time, and when you're here, it's like we don't really know each other anymore." Terry looked at her, and for the first time in a while, really listened. He realized that they had stopped updating their love maps, those intricate details of each other's lives that Gottman had emphasized. Over the next few weeks, they decided to create rituals of connection to close that distance. When Terry was on the road, they scheduled a nightly video call where they could talk about their day, not just about logistics, but also their feelings, dreams, and frustrations. They began asking each other questions again, diving deep into their inner worlds. Slowly, their love maps were filled in once more. And even with the physical distance, their emotional connection was strengthening. Issue 2: the strain of parenting. With 4 rambunctious boys under the age of 12, parenting often felt like a battleground. Terry's absence during critical moments in their children's lives, school projects, doctor visits, and meltdowns, left Ashley feeling overwhelmed. She was stretched thin, handling the emotional labor of parenting while feeling underappreciated. One evening, after a particularly chaotic day filled with sibling fights, Ashley reached her breaking point. "I can't do this alone anymore. Terry, I'm tired. I need you here, not just physically, but emotionally. I need you to see what I'm dealing with." Terry realized how much his absence impacted Ashley, and he knew he needed to do more than just help out when he was home. They decided to implement the principle of turning toward each other. They created a family routine where they made decisions together about discipline, chores, and family time. When Terry was home, he fully participated in the parenting process. When he was away, he was still involved, video calling the boys to help with homework or discussing parenting strategies with Ashley. Terry also made an effort to appreciate and express admiration for Ashley's role as the backbone of their household. He started leaving small notes for her before he left on his trips, thinking of her, thanking her for all she did. These gestures of fondness and admiration became a lifeline for their relationship, helping Ashley feel valued and supported. Issue 3: financial pressure and career balance. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of strain in marriages, and the Parkers were no exception. Terry's job, though lucrative, came with an unspoken cost: his time. Meanwhile, Ashley managed the household budget, and tried to stretch every dollar, often feeling the pinch when unexpected expenses happened. One afternoon, while reviewing their finances, an argument erupted. "You don't understand how hard it is to manage everything when you're gone," Ashley said. "I'm constantly worried about the bills, the kids, schools, fees, and everything." Terry, defensive, replied, "I'm working hard to provide for the family. I don't know what more you want me to do." It was a classic example of how solvable problems, if left unchecked, can escalate. That evening, after cooling down, they sat together and discussed their financial situation calmly. Terry acknowledged that he hadn't been involved in the household finances as he should have been. They created a budget together and set long-term financial goals, which helped alleviate Ashley's anxiety and gave Terry a clear picture of their shared responsibilities. This process of solving their solvable problems, rather than letting them fester, became a turning point. They learned to tackle each issue with mutual respect, compromising and finding solutions that work for both of them. Issue 4: Intimacy and emotional disconnect. After years of being together, Terry and Ashley had noticed a slow decline in their intimacy. Between work, parenting, and financial stress, their romantic connection had taken a back seat. Like many couples in 2024, they found themselves navigating the fast-paced demands of modern life, often at the expense of their relationship. Ashley felt like they were living as roommates rather than lovers, and Terry, though he cared deeply for his wife, didn't realize how much she was longing for a deeper connection. One night, Ashley vulnerably expressed, "I miss us, Terry. I miss how we used to be. We hardly talk anymore, and it feels like we've lost that spark." Terry, taken aback by her honesty, realized that he had kind of been avoiding the issue. It wasn't that he didn't love her, but they had allowed the busyness of life to take precedence over their marriage. They both agreed that they needed to rebuild their shared meaning, the seventh principle. Together, they began creating rituals to reconnect. They scheduled regular date nights, even if it was just a quiet dinner at home after the kids went to bed. They also revisited their shared goals for the future, asking each other about their dreams and aspirations. What did they want their life to look like in 5 years, 10 years? These conversations rekindled the intimacy that had faded over time and gave their marriage a renewed sense of purpose. Conclusion: a decision to love. Through all of these challenges, Terry and Ashley came to a profound realization. Love isn't just a feeling that magically persists through years. It's a decision to communicate, to be present, to turn toward each other in difficult moments rather than away, and to keep choosing one another even when the pressures of life make it difficult. As they work through their issues, parenting struggles, financial stress, physical distance, and emotional disconnect, they learn that no marriage is immune to hardship. But they also realize that it's the willingness to work through these challenges together that make love last. By applying the 7 principles to marriage, Terry and Ashley found themselves not only solving their problems, but deepening their bond in the process. One evening, as they sat in the backyard watching their boys play soccer, Terry took Ashley's hand. "I know it hasn't always been easy, baby, but I'm so grateful that we're still standing here together, stronger than ever, Ash." Ashley smiled, feeling the warmth of his hand and the sincerity in his words. "We've come a long way, haven't we? I'm proud of us." They have created a life together, one full of love, laughter, and, yes, challenges. But they had also built a foundation of mutual respect, understanding, and unwavering commitment. They had navigated their way through 4 major issues, not by pretending that love was effortless, but by choosing each other each day, in and out. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over their yard, Ashley leaned her head on Terry's shoulder. She felt at peace knowing that while life would continue to throw challenges their way, they had the tools and the love to face them together. Because love, after all, was a decision they made, and one they would continue to stand on for the rest of their lives. In the end, Terry and Ashley's story wasn't about perfection or about perseverance. It was about two people choosing to make their marriage work, despite the obstacles, and in doing so, discovering that the real power of love lies in the everyday choices to stay connected, to turn toward one another, and to keep building a shared life full of meaning and purpose. Their journey was far from over, but together they were ready for whatever came next. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe.